Alright, this is lesson 4, finding the missing angles of a right triangle using trigonometry. And so we're going to actually set up these trig functions, whether it be sine, cosine, or tangent, and solve for the missing angle. So in example 1, I have my angle here, and I have to figure out what sides I'm dealing with. This is all the way across, this is opposite. I don't have anything over there to help me, so this has to be adjacent. And this has to be hypotenuse because it's across from the 90-degree angle. So opposite, sorry I misspoke, adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So cosine of my angle equals 16 over 25. And I'm going to have to solve for theta. So in the last video we saw that we had to use the calculator to help us out. We need to undo cosine, and how we undo cosine is to do second cosine, or cosine inverse of both sides. So I'm going to do cosine inverse, and that's what I'm going to plug in the calculator. Cosine inverse is 16 over 25. So theta equals cosine inverse of 16 over 25. Alright, and I get 50.2, and that is degrees. Alright, let's look at example 2. Alright, so this is all the way across the triangle. This is opposite. This is my hypotenuse. It's right across from the 90-degree angle. So that is going to be sine. Sine of theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Now, I didn't do that on the last time. I'm usually pretty good about practicing this setup. But I know I must have been excited about doing this problem. The last problem. Opposite is 5, hypotenuse is 8. So if I'm dealing with sine, that means I've got to do sine inverse of both sides. And that's going to be what I plug in the calculator to figure out what theta is. Oh, this was x back here. Alright, sine, second sine, 5 over 8. And I've got 38.68 degrees. That's what theta is. 38.68 degrees. Alright, so that's examples 1 and 2. Let's look at examples 3 and 4. Alright, if you feel good about what we're doing so far, you can go ahead and pause the video and try to do some of these by yourself. Alright, let's look at this one. This one's got an angle A here. We're trying to figure out what angle A is. And so I have opposites over here, so that's not going to be it. Adjacent and hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse is cosine. So cosine of my angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine of A equals adjacent 6,750. That's a big number. Over hypotenuse is 8,100, and so I'm going to undo cosine by doing cosine inverse on both sides. Alright, so I'm going to write for the calculator. So second cosine, 6,750, over 8,100. I get 33.56 degrees. So that's example 3. Let's look at example 4. Oh, we got an airplane. So we're trying to figure out if we're this far away from where the airplane is, and we know the airplane is this high, what's the angle? Maybe the angle it's taking off or something like that. Maybe that's what we're trying to find. So let's see. Here's my angle. This is opposite. This is adjacent. So that means I'm dealing with tangent. Tangent of my angle is opposite over adjacent. So tangent of x, make sure I use the right variables, equals opposites 300 over 400. And I'm going to undo tangent by doing tangent inverse of both sides. Alright, so I'm ready. I'm ready to stick it in the calculator. Tangent inverse is second tangent, 300 over 400. I get 36.87 degrees. So that's the angle that maybe the airplane's taking off. I don't know. Alright, so that's examples 1 through 4. I do want to do a couple other examples, so there's going to be another video working out some that don't have a picture.